Stamps.com and avoid all of that holiday nonsense at your post office. Stamps.com lets you buy and print postage for any letter or package with your own computer and printer. For a 30-day free trial and $110 bonus offer, including a digital postal scale and up to $55 in free postage, just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in TMOS.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store. And around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Oscar?
Yes?
I'm going to try to keep it under control, but I'm excited because Mike O'Mara is back today.
Woo!
Not in studio right now, though.
Oh.
Right now, he's cleaning up what happened yesterday. He'll be here for the main show, but what we do want to do is set up the fact that since he was in Las Vegas, and by the way, Las Vegas had nothing to do with his absence yesterday. I want to clear that up right out of the chute.
Stop the rumors.
Yesterday, there was something internal that he had. He stayed at a beautiful property in Las Vegas when he was out there, and he was quite taken with the promotional video that they ran in his hotel room. To a point where I would actually like to play you that promotional video off of YouTube so we know what we have. So if we can
Las
please
Vegas.
Go to the tape here.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Wynn Hotel Casino.
Oh.
I'm Steve Wynn. We hope you enjoy your beautiful suite here at Wynn. We've done the very best to build our suites with the finest materials, like imported marble built on the crushed dreams of Mike O'Mara.
Oh no.
I'd love you to take in the beautiful view. Look at that view from your suite as you take a long look at the view of your crumbling life of degenerate gambling.
Surprise, this is on YouTube.
Enjoy your beautifully climate-controlled rooms. They'll warm you to your soul and help you compensate for the icy chill of repeated defeat in our casino.
Yeah.
Enjoy one of our many top-shelf restaurants featuring menu items from all over the world, created from the tears of losers like you.
They never need salt.
Garnish.
Perhaps you can stop the bleeding with a trip to our spa.
Triage.
Where our skilled masseuses will attempt to rub away the pain of another 24 hours of continual defeat at the hands of our blackjack dealers.
Not that much oil in the world.
I'm Steve Wynn.
See, folks, this is Steve Wynn, the guy who built the hotel.
You might enjoy a dip. It's so hard not to do the New York accent.
I know.
'Cause he doesn't have one.
Hold on. Who was that? This must be some sort of rough edit on YouTube.
You might enjoy a dip in one of our beautiful outdoor pools.
You know, I think it would be okay if Steve Lynn had a New York accent.
Why
No,
not?
because then it would be Joel Gold.
No, not really.
Where you can enjoy the magic of the gardens, as well as consider drowning yourself in the grotto of the line of credit. At the Wynn, we offer a feast for all the senses, including the sense of failure and despair.
Oh, dear.
Please, come visit us again. And next time, bring your soul.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Before I ever ran a casino or got myself blown up, Ace Rothstein was a hell of a handicapper. I can tell you that. I was so good that whenever I bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country. I'm serious. I had it down so cold that I was given paradise on earth. I was given one of the biggest casinos in Las Vegas to run, the Tangiers. I don't know all the details.
Matter of fact, nobody knew all the details. But it should have been perfect. I mean, he had me, Nicky Santoro, his best friend, watching his ass. And he had Ginger, the woman he loved, on his arm. But in the end, we f***ed it all up. It should have been so sweet, too. But it turned out to be the last time that street guys like us were ever given anything that f***ing valuable again.
At that time, Vegas was a place where millions of suckers flew in every year on their own nickel and left behind about $1 billion. But at night, you couldn't see the desert that surrounds Las Vegas.
Got a lot of holes in the desert, and a lot of problems are buried in those holes. Except you gotta do it right. I mean, you gotta have the hole already dug before you show up with a package in the trunk. Otherwise, you're talking about a half hour or 45 minutes to dig it. And who knows who's going to be coming along in that time. Before you know it, you got to dig a few more holes. You could be there all f***ing night.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
We are live from Studio 1K in the Fiberplex Broadcast Center. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are downloaded worldwide over 20 million times.
21.
And we are powered by Encore Insurance at MikeO'MaraShow.com. 102.9 FM. Kick up,
Hey, you know what? Now that the holidays are so close, Mike, you know what I was thinking today?
What's that, Rob?
I wonder what Kelly Kuntz is thankful for.
I don't give a rat's ass, but
All
thank
right.
you. We're also on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in Iowa. Today is Tuesday, November 19, 2013, and we are brought to you today by AC Lens at aclens.com. They are the people that provide eyewear for your lovely lady.
You know, this morning she got
Actually,
out
not
of bed.
eyewear, contact lenses.
Contacts.
Right?
She got out of bed. She said, "You know what? I don't even need to look for my glasses because that's always been the dance. Where are my glasses?" She gets up and she has her lenses in, and she's fine and good to go.
They have an easy-to-use website. They have great prices, one-stop shopping for all your optical needs. They have been meeting the optical needs of the world for a very long time. Free shipping and fast delivery, great customer service, award-winning.
Yes.
It's award-winning.
You know, it's so good, even Mr. Wynn would approve.
That's thank you. They sell every contact lens available in the U.S., all with their 365-day guarantee. All purchases are secure. You can order online or call 888-248-LENS. Style you can afford, quality you can see. 20% off all orders and free returns on everything. Go to aclens.com. All you have to do is click the microphone and enter the promo code TMOS20. That's promo code TMOS20. Some exemptions apply. See site for details. We love AC Lens, and you will too.
The best.
Well, a little more downtime than I anticipated.
Welcome back.
You look a bit peaked, but no worse for the wear.
Well, you know, you always want to come back 24 hours before you have to be back at work, which I did.
You know, you really
I took
did.
the red eye on Saturday night back home.
You seem to indicate to me in our pre-show confab that I hinted at the fact that the reason you were absent yesterday
You
was
didn't hint. You did it by it's the way you are. It's
How?
the
No,
way you,
I did not.
You made a comment like it was the fact that it was Las Vegas and it
No.
had nothing to do with Las Vegas.
And I want to issue a retraction on something I wasn't aware that I said.
What?
Is that the reason that you were not here yesterday was pure and simple illness. You were responsible. You were back on the East Coast before Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, if it was something that I didn't anticipate at all.
Of course not.
And, you know, as a matter of fact, I got more rest in the 24 hours that I came back. Carl and I got off the red eye.
Yes.
And the baby went to sleep, and we went to sleep with the baby at about probably 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning on Sunday morning.
Wow.
And slept for a good chunk of the day. I did make one trip to the grocery store before that, and then we just chilled out all day.
Right.
So we were up and actually pretty refreshed considering the red eye, and then I made the terrible mistake of purchasing a pork shoulder.
Really?
Yeah. Why not on a Sunday afternoon?
And cooking it. But now you've made reference to that. Is that not what you don't believe in the Sunday dinner, the Sunday meal?
Well,
or
you
what?
cook, so that's a big difference.
And
Right.
pork
Where
shoulder,
I'm
you
at.
see, the thing about a pork shoulder, Oscar, is it's not a sort of thing you can just take home and put in the microwave for a few minutes. This is an investment in time.
No, I
that
understand
pays you back
that.
in spades because
Sure does.
you know what? When you get a reputable pork dealer that sells you one that is from this decade,
Yes.
it is
not necessarily SFW.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. You went to Mexican Shoppers.
Yeah, we did.
You know what you buy there? You buy Inca Cola, and you stay away from the meats.
So anyway, look,
Yeah.
I don't know. You never know. Here's the big. Yeah, you would think that modern medicine has progressed enough.
Ay,
that we would be-
caramba,
we're-
Senor O'Mara is not feeling well or something.
The reason why I said pork shoulder is because that seems like a big meal, like a special event type of.
No, it's really
It's actually a fairly cheap cut of meat.
it's cheap and you cook it to make barbecue. That's what you
Okay.
make a little
I don't know
barbecue
enough
stuff.
about cooking.
Food. I know you don't, and that's why you're thin and you don't care about stuff like that. That's
Don't talk
okay.
about Nintendo 64. He'll get all pissy.
So.
Incidentally,
You have one in your
thank you
attic,
for
by the
thank
way.
you for the good wishes yesterday.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
But anyway,
wait. Well, we're sending well wishes.
No, I actually sent him a text at the end of the day.
Well, he was in airplane mode.
Yeah,
he has
was in
been
airplane
since
mode.
2007.
Impossible. I tried to call yesterday. I tried to text. I don't know what the F's going on with your phone. It was crazy.
Well, I got a new phone.
It was.
We can't communicate the
But
way we
anyway,
used to.
it'd been nice to to get well soon or something like that.
The
But
last
that's
time I
okay,
saw it, you know what?
Oscar.
He's got a phone so big it should be framed and hanging in the Louvre. It is a big phone.
The last time
Oscar's attitude was probably just like, can't believe he didn't make it work. They took the day Friday, and then he's not going to come in on Monday.
No,
Can't
my
believe that.
attitude was he must really be ill if he doesn't have the strength to walk 27 steps. Like that was my attitude.
And so it was the more passive aggressive, but
There
the
you
same
go.
attitude.
Right there, pal. Right there.
Yeah.
I have not. Look, I'm going to look back on my adult life and say, I know this might be overstating it. I don't think I have ever felt that bad for a sustained period of time in my life.
Now,
usually when you get sick and it's out of your system.
You
and
don't think
fine.
it's the flu?
This was progressive. I don't think. I don't know what's the difference between. Isn't food poison? Didn't doctors come out a short time ago and say really almost every time you get something with your stomach, it's not a virus.
Did
it's
you
a
have
food
a fever?
poisoning.
Did you have a fever?
No.
Then it was food poisoning.
Yeah,
because we had
I
the
didn't
amazing Dr. Gloria, Gloria, came in.
Did you
yesterday.
ask her about it?
She said the symptoms of flu are
And I heard the
achiness,
comment about he's
fever.
50 feet away. I heard that yesterday about coming
I didn't
downstairs.
mention
What did you have, like a milk glass against the wall? How
No,
close were you?
I listened to the show yesterday.
Oh, lucky you.
I wanted to see what you were saying.
If you were that into the show, we could have run a mic to your bed.
I got
Get
up
the
to come.
snake.
I got up to come downstairs and was going to come down even before the show when I heard everybody arrive.
Yes.
And I got up and I
feeling a little woozy.
I sat on the end of the bed and I just went, oh no.
No, if you had no fever, it was food
This
poisoning.
was, I was telling Rob before the show, I said this was about 2:30 a.m. is the first time I felt a little sick, and I didn't get sick.
Like a tremor.
I wanted to. Then 4:30, really, 5:30, then 7:30.
What was your first symptom? Was it nausea?
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 Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I said
It was
it
terrible.
wrong. I said
It was
wrong.
weird. It was just like freight train. I've never been, and then everything begins to ache, and it was a drag, and nobody wants to hear about that.
Face melts
But
off.
No,
it
but
was
Mike,
terrible.
I've had food poisoning in the past. Once.
Never had it like this. I might have gotten something that upset my stomach, but this was just wow, and it was like steadily increasing into last night. For about a half an hour last night, I said, "Jesus Christ, come on!" I really said that to say, "Get up, get moving." I got in. I took a shower last night. I said, "Come on, let's go." And I still, Carlos,
Did you need?
You look
Mike,
like you got hit by a bus.
Did you need a shower?
Most definitely. Yeah,
well,
most
I had
definitely.
heard the flu, so when you hear the flu, you're like, "Oh, he got something on the plane. Who knows where he
and
got
when
it."
you said flu, I was hesitant to even come in the house.
Yes. And then when I heard that you had a stomach virus or food poisoning, I was like, well, no one could do a show on food poisoning. I've had that before. I went to the hospital on food poisoning.
The thing about what this is, though, I think I read or I heard somewhere that the whole idea of the 24-hour bug
Yes.
is overwhelmingly more often than not, that's food poisoning.
Yeah.
That
Really?
You don't get
Well,
a flu.
your symptoms
You
seem
don't
to
get
be.
flu is when you're stuffed
can't
up and you're
manifest itself
sniffling.
that fast.
But it's
Yeah.
very rarely like the stomach, and this makes sense because of the pork product that I enjoyed, and I said, "Well, Carla had some, and she gave a little bit to the dogs as well." They didn't say, "Here's the thing, I'm the tester, I'm the food tester."
He is
the tester. And as I was testing it, I realized the key was that I sampled a little of this, probably a little sooner. than I
before
should
it was
But you
cooked.
see, what time did you sample
have.
it?
Cooked properly.
What time did you sample it?
I had it at 325 degrees.
No, I mean what time of day?
Afternoon, I would imagine.
Because
Yeah,
a doctor,
probably I put it in probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
a medical opinion that I
2 or
trust
3.
once told me, he said, food poisoning and food-related problems usually manifest themselves within 4 hours of ingestion.
True.
It was later than that.
Did you have anything after the pork that Carla did not have?
No, I don't think so.
Because I'd hate to think Shoppers Food Warehouse would have a bad
Stop
reputation.
it, don't. I didn't.
What
say
about
that.
shrimp?
I gave initials. No
Butter?
shrimp at all.
No butter.
No shrimp. And Jesus,
Peppermint bark?
freight train. It was terrible.
It
was
is the worst.
Trail mix.
And and for the very reason that I do this show out of the house,
Yes.
it's a hard call to make. There's no reason for it.
No, there is
we have
absolutely
this
a reason.
attitude in our business.
There
This
is
why,
a
'cause
reason.
Guys like him,
Guys like
that
who?
actually
Oh,
you,
guys like like all of us,
That's
really.
right. No, but he doesn't. He's young enough where he doesn't even keep it a secret. You know,
You're right.
28 steps away. You know, couldn't make it downstairs. I couldn't pull that off.
Well,
You're not a man. You're not a man, and I'm 54, and I still have that attitude.
Going on 22 years, going
back
on
to
22,
the woodshed.
going on 22 years working with you, Mike.
Jesus, it's
And,
terrible.
I've never heard you sound
worst.
the way you sounded yesterday at 7:30 in the morning.
But the thing is also, and it's not lost on me that I'm up there in a darkened room, and I start hearing this. Is what I hear. And I'm like going, they're literally in the room below me.
That's right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
They're in the room below
Carla's
me.
up there taping foil on the windows.
And I'm up here,
Elvis.
but you know what? I'll tell you, for most of the show, after I heard that,
Yeah.
and I made the attempt, and I said, I didn't hear a damn thing, except for you screaming when you got the flu shot.
You know, this was actually
It was a concern of yours.
This was a true broadcasting concern of mine. Are we going to do this 15-year-old bit?
Oh, of course you
where
got
I
to do
yell-
that bit.
But I thought
it's the whole point of me scheduling it.
I said, "Oh my God, he's up there asleep. He's going to kill me."
Josh Murphy came to me in August. There's the can-do Josh Murphy.
Hey, you know what?
You'd like to have somebody from the disease people come through to do the flu shot. I said, yeah, Josh, let's get him in right away.
I would say
right away is not something that translates in the world of Murphy.
Of his 8-month internship, yesterday was truly a high point.
Was it really?
He was
coordinated?
over-organized. If we give him one task every 8 months,
Yes.
No, let's say bi-yearly. We give
Actually,
him a
I'm kidding.
task.
I wanted
he
him.
can do
I wanted him in here a couple of weeks early, but they got here, and you got yours for real.
it. Sure.
I got mine.
You got yours.
Good to
Needles were done. They also
Rob got his flu shot earlier.
Yeah.
That's it. So he was lying to the audience.
But you know what? I'm not going to deprive you of the yell.
Pony got
And you
his.
know what? When I got my flu shot at Target, I did the yell there too.
You got it at Target?
Yes.
Okay. Don't just get it at a drugstore. Get it at a huge drugstore that sells other things besides pharmaceuticals.
No, but you see, Target has a clinic. They
Right.
actually have a clinic. I think they ripped out the eyewear place and they
Really?
put in a little clinic that accepts insurance and everything.
Well, I don't know in my depleted condition whether if I had even made it down for the show, if I would have been able to get the medical advice to get the flu shot.
You could have
yesterday.
taken
Who
the
knows?
vapor.
The vapor.
The vapor. They
up the
offer,
nose.
Yeah, they take it as a vapor now.
I did hear.
Great people, though.
I had the
Very
energy
nice.
to listen to about the
Nurse
first
Jessica.
5 minutes of the show. Immunity.
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 Yeah, that was Dr. Gloria.
Dr. Gloria?
Yes.
Gloria.
And I hear you had a nice nurse here?
Jessica.
Really?
Hi.
How come none of you guys hit on the nurse?
Well, I'm not into Asian chicks, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
see. All right. Well, let's
Yeah.
say it's honest.
my thing.
All
I took
right.
my shirt off for her.
Did you really?
did.
I did.
For the
I
shot.
had an undershirt on, but I did have to take my shirt off.
Did you really?
I did.
Well, I missed that. So you're all healthy now, or what?
Never felt better.
Really?
I feel okay too. Like I usually
It's
get-
impossible
I feel like
to
I
get sick because
afterwards,
it's a
but you
dead
don't.
virus.
The thing about food poisoning is I really do believe that's what it was because
Right.
I think that
Did you
it runs
eat anything
it runs its
before
course.
bed?
No,
Really?
no.
The pork shoulder makes sense to me.
It does. It's just
because-
that
That's the last thing I had.
It was just a
Yeah.
slow burn.
Yeah, I mean the last
Took a long time.
I had food poisoning with chicken. I had like a chicken wrap or something in Arizona, and I remember
I think it's usually it's a protein based type of
it
thing that
hit
usually
me
gives it to you.
4 to 5 hours afterwards, and I was like, oh, I can't even go out tonight. And I spent the whole night either on the can or puking. You know,
I had a
That's
race
all
with the devil once. It was Bad Locks in New York City.
Really?
And I do remember when I ate them, I said, God, these seem kind of slick.
Yeah, you know, don't you?
Yeah, but you know what? And I think I didn't even finish them because they tasted suspect.
And I really think I legitimately feel that way. If I see that product anymore, if I ever see a pork barbecue, I'm not going anywhere. And I remember that from being a kid when you
Sure.
get food poisoning or you get sick and you'd stay. I avoided pizza for years because I got sick right after that.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
do
So
it.
I mean, I get afraid of it.
But it is something that I think pork barbecue, perhaps the quality standards of the meat, can sometimes be relaxed.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're not
mi-
really. I
you
mean,
were
'cause
missed.
if you were, if you look at
It was convenience.
If you look at a beautiful sirloin steak that looks suspect, you're going to notice that it looks suspect.
Right,
If you see
right.
shredded meat swimming in sauce,
Yes,
it might not be apparent to the naked eye.
it's probably nasty.
Yeah, it is.
But
Especially
the-
with you eating it raw.
But I was making it myself.
I
I was
know.
cooking the whole thing myself. So now I'm very excited.
Was it
I'm
sold
very-
as rainbow brand pork?
I don't even remember
Have
the
a
product.
beautiful spectrum
It
on
wasn't in the dent and scratch aisle, was it?
No,
Was it $4 off today only?
It may have been a discounted product.
Oh no!
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, because Shoppers is big for that. They got to move the old pork.
You have to remember, I was off of a red eye, and I was tired from my little getaway. You know that I'll tell you, my
I
immune
tried
system
calling
was
you, by the
probably
way,
done.
on
When's
your
that?
getaway.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And that's another thing where I was like day sleeping,
Yeah.
but that had nothing to do
No,
with
a pork
anything
shoulder.
other than being up all night and enjoying the magic
Well,
of
you
the
were
city of
vacation.
Food was
Washington.
wonderful at the Wynn.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
What'd
oh
you
my
have?
God.
Yeah, no discount pork there.
I had the greatest breakfast I've ever had in my life.
Really?
The greatest
Do
breakfast.
tell.
It was a egg white omelet, nice and healthy.
Look at you.
It was that good.
Why was it so great, though?
Because it had lobster in it.
Oh,
It was
wow.
absolutely the best.
Also, I think
that place is killer.
One of the reasons it tasted so good, it came with a side dish called comp.
And
That helps too.
You're
Let me
a
just say
lobster
you don't order that product unless you're going to have it for free.
That's
You know,
right. Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But is it really for free, Rob? No,
No,
it's not.
no. They pay-
You
you
pay
pay
for it
in the room?
You pay in a way. And incidentally, I thought of you as I was driving from the airport, and I saw Best 10 o'clock show in Las
Oh,
Vegas.
George
Wallace.
That's right. He's a funny man.
George Wallace.
Yeah,
But
he's a great comic.
this is just my impression for anybody that's out there. Las Vegas I guess it's with all the different casinos around the country now.
When was the last time you were there?
Oh God, I don't even remember.
Do you know
A
what
long,
George
long
Wallace-
time
10 years ago?
Yeah, maybe something like
Okay.
that.
What George Wallace says about his show, he says,
About 4 or 5 years ago.
he says, not only is it the best 10 o'clock show on the Strip, he says, if you've already seen the Blue Man, come and see the Black Man.
They have the shows they have out there, and you've been out recently, right?
Yes.
They have they have all the Cirque du Soleil kind of shows.
Yeah,
that's
not
all
so
they have
much.
out there, and that doesn't.
And they
do it
have
for me.
what do they call it? The keynote performers or the residency performers?
Yeah.
Who any big residencies?
Penn
out
and
there?
Teller is still out there after 150 years.
Of course, that's they might as well do that as a podcast. But they've been doing that forever.
They've
Faith
done
Hill.
it for a long time. Faith Hill was performing
With her husband, yeah.
Now, is that a running show that they have?
That is
out
a
there?
running show at
That's
the
a-
Venetian.
Really?
So
Yes.
do they have a residency there?
I think they have a residency there.
And then
I
there's
guess
the
I didn't
Elton,
make it-
Elton John has one, right?
I guess I didn't make it clear to anybody, including you guys,
Yes.
that and because it really wasn't definitive until I was on my way,
Yeah.
that I really wanted to be under the radar. That I just wanted to go. We'd been going pretty good on this show for a long time,
Sure.
and I really wanted to just get on a plane, go out there,
And disappear.
and just disappear for a couple of
Okay.
days. And I didn't make that clear to everybody, and I should have
No.
because there were a lot of people. That,
I got
guess
5
you-
messages asking if you were going to do a meet and greet.
I know, but
We're going back in January.
we're going back in January when we will do a meet
Yeah.
and
Oh,
greet.
cool. Okay.
When we're out there, and the thing is, I didn't know until I got on the plane. I just wanted to escape for a while. I wanted to just
Sure.
get away. It's not like we're Anderson Cooper here or anything like that, where we want.
Well, you were very
hide.
close all last week to having an Alec Baldwin moment. Because I know you're swarmed every time you leave the house.
That paparazzi Manassas, let me tell you.
It's just we.
Zitterazzi.
I think it should be probably every one of us, Oscar and myself, more because Rob goes to King's Dominion.
Yeah,
Right.
well, that's his getaway.
But the fact is, that is his
If
getaway.
they had gambling, I'd never leave.
But the fact is, and if any of our listeners went to King's Dominion, it would be okay. But the fact is,
I'm sure they do.
Hey, I've been spotted at least twice.
KD, baby.
in how many years?
Oh, all my life. I was there for the opening in 1975.
But Oscar and I do this. Oscar and I do meet and greets. Like I've been traveling for the 4 years we've been doing the podcast. When we go on the road, we stop.
We
and
always
we
do
see
something.
people. I just went into this. Antisocial kind of
Hate the
you know,
world.
just not really
Hate
hate
the
the world.
listeners.
Just really.
God, it was like working at JFK again.
I will say, I didn't enjoy it as much as I would have if I'd done a meet and greet in a
Sure.
normal or going to a normal place.
Yeah,
So-
there's no greater feeling than losing a mortgage payment on a slot machine, and then going to a meet and greet and
Right.
realizing that you have people that do love you.
I know,
It helps.
because it lifts you
It
up a
does
little
help
bit.
you. It does
yeah, in that place, you cannot say anything about how beautiful this hotel is, but the city itself strikes me as it's just, I don't know.
Down.
It looks maybe a little threadbare to me.
Now, my question, I had 2
Oh,
questions
I
about
don't
that.
know,
I mean, a lot of the hotels have been there for a while now.
Well, the
and,
new Aria
'cause
Casino.
The Aria is new. I didn't say. Did you go in and see that?
I've stayed there. It's
You
beautiful.
stay? Oh, really?
Yes.
Beautiful.
What's it
I
called?
forgot you're Mr. Las Vegas.
What's it called?
Aria.
You spell it.
Spell it.
Aria, but they pronounce it Aria.
Oh, well, that's
Like
the way
Aria,
you say it.
like the opera.
That's what he just said. He says they spell it Opera, but they pronounce it opera.
Oh, I didn't know it was Aria until
Of course
someone
it is.
corrected me. I was like, Aria?
Moron.
Aria?
But you see, I had 2 questions.
I don't know. Maybe it was
Do you
the
think
side
it
of
has to
town I
do-
was on. It's just kind of meh.
Well, the hotel you're in is not in the thick of it. It's not on the strip.
It's close.
Did you walk the
but
strip?
it's out.
No, didn't want.
Oh,
we
then-
went down to Old Las Vegas.
Okay.
We went down to Fremont.
All right.
And we
Visit
walked-
some of your
down-
old dealers.
Went down to the Golden Nugget,
The old haunts.
which is which is Old Las Vegas.
If you
And
walk
it's,
the
it's a little
strip-
old Vegas is a little sad.
It's a little sad, except I did get one good picture, and I should probably put that up online.
Oh.
You had to tip him, but there was an Elvis impersonator. That
Yeah,
we
you
had,
Was he
did.
good?
That we had a picture taken.
Was he
Nice.
good? Was he
Yeah.
jumpsuit Elvis or
He
young
was jumpsuit Elvis.
And was it a good jumpsuit?
It was a good jumpsuit, but Carlos said he didn't have any bottom teeth.
Oh man.
Welcome to Las Vegas.
You know what's funny
Like
is-
Las Vegas maybe doesn't have any bottom teeth.
That
anymore.
is actually quite accurate because when Elvis passed, they had to knock his teeth out to clear his windpipe. So what if Elvis had lived? This is probably the most accurate Elvis impersonator.
I,
there
I
is.
like that.
Let me see if I
That's
can
maybe
show
the
you.
guy's so true to form. He says, "Hey, this is really what it was like."
Yeah, he's-
There you
I'll
are.
hear you. That,
Oh wow!
nice
dark
picture for you.
jumpsuit.
There you
Oh,
are.
that's nice.
shades.
Isn't he a nice Elvis?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
looks like Elvis.
Yeah,
That's
he
our
does.
Elvis.
But
right
some
there.
guys, some Elvises don't look like Elvis. That
I know.
That's
was-
right.
That's why I noticed him.
Yeah.
And
Some Elvis impersonators look more like Wayne Newton.
That's very true.
and you know
as well.
how
Some of them look like.
you know how
Pablo.
I love people.
What's that?
And people are waiting to get their pictures taken with him, and there's a guy in front of me.
$5?
And we gave him 5. I think the guy in front of us gave him 5 too. I
Yeah.
mean,
Maybe
what
that's
you
why
do.
he doesn't have any bottom teeth.
And this guy sitting there, and
The blue
it
meth.
took like 10 minutes to take the picture.
Why?
He couldn't figure out his camera, and I was going to kill the guy. It was just like this is random. I'm a little embarrassed to be doing this with Carla anyway.
Yeah.
So I was waiting, and then the guy just goes, "Wait, hold it, wait." 3 times. Okay, 2 may be acceptable. Really, probably 1 chance, and then you come back and do it again. This guy did it 3 times.
Everybody in the
Just give me a
world
break.
has a telephone with a camera with them all the time, and no one knows how to use it.
We've
Ever.
certainly witnessed that. I will say that the people at our live show at the State Theater it was the best I can ever remember. I
boom, boom, bam.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
The
picture,
people
picture,
know
picture.
our listeners know their cameras now, and they it's like bam. I remember.
I did
Do
have
you
one-
remember Reno?
Oh, my
Do you
God.
remember Reno where everybody was using it 6 and 7 times to get it
Oh,
right?
Well,
You
I
know,
know the
I
problem is in Reno, everyone, when they should have been learning how to use their camera, they were all brushing their teeth.
I remember.
Hey, we're going back there.
I know.
I remember Reno being awesome because I was like, all these people traveled to see us. It was so special and so nice. So if they wanted to take 5 minutes to figure out their camera phones,
didn't matter.
I was okay with it.
Yeah, you know what?
yeah. They
I
stayed
agree.
there for 2 hours.
I
They
agree.
remember.
It's the longest post
Yes.
show, and then I was 3 hours after that upstairs in the lounge just hanging out with everybody because we had a great time. Really,
The most fun I had with the people with the cameras at the State Theater is they would take the picture. I'd say, "All right, now turn your camera the other way and take it right." I really wasn't
you know
hurrying
you've
them
got a
along.
problem when they go like
Yeah,
this.
I don't. That really, it's gotten to a point where I just can't stand that anymore. I
It's
said,
terrible.
You're going to thank me. Take this not in portrait mode, in landscape.
I don't
mode.
like seeing people take a picture like that. I don't like receiving them when they're like this.
No.
Oh, what a lovely narrow strip of a picture that you could have taken properly.
Hey, look at you showing up on 1/3 of my computer screen.
Isn't that lovely? You know, you could have had a really nice, perfect picture that you could have printed out and given to the family, but now you've got like a lovely narrow strip of photo between 2 white sides.
It looks like we posted a photo booth at a theme park. You know, just the strip of pictures, and there's 4 photos in a row.
It was great. I got to take a break. We will come back. I'll tell you all about the flight back because I didn't realize it until I landed. And if I had looked at the forecast prior to taking off from Las Vegas, I might have been in a bit of a weird way.
Yeah.
We'll come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show. I was broke. I'm sorry. Oh, anyway,
no.
Anyway, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show.
That's the new song from O'Mara and Sons.
This segment of the Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our good friends and their back, SodaStream. SodaStream. I have a SodaStream, and I'm going to use it for the holidays because it's the best, and it's going to save you tons of money because SodaStream rocks. Yes, it's a great idea, but there's no way that you can use this without all sorts of gadgets. No, it's the simple thing in the world. It's so much easier than regular soda. You don't even have to think about it. It's great. I was totally wrong about thinking it would be too complicated.
The
when I
worst
bought
thing
it.
about buying soda is the actual volume and weight of hauling soda to and from
That
your
is so
house.
true.
I mean, who wants to carry a case of soda into your house?
Well, here's another thing that they don't tell you about many times when you're thinking about SodaStream. You see this product and you go, that looks complicated. No, it's not. It's very easy, but it's also a blast. If
Sure.
you have kids, it is so much fun to use the SodaStream because you can make your own soda. And there's something about making something you've purchased for years in a store to be able to make it yourself. It is just so much fun and so easy, and we
Take
love
that, competitors.
you can make a huge variety of sparkling drinks like sodas, sparkling juices, cocktails. Rob has mentioned literally everything that you can make here in less than 30 seconds. seconds with a SodaStream home soda maker. Even festive family favorites like the new SodaStream Ocean Spray Sparkling Cocktail.
Who doesn't love cranberry-based beverages at the holidays?
Here you go.
Yes, that's true.
stuff.
They can cause you a world of hurt.
Yes, they can.
Plus, now there's SodaStream Happy Hour cocktail mixers. This is great. One of the things we talked about when we first got the SodaStream, and it surprised me, was that you need to do more mixers. And they took everybody's ideas, and now they have put them in. They've got Fizzy Margarita and Cosmopolitan, so you can use your SodaStream. A lot of times when you have a holiday party, you don't realize that your mixers cost a fortune.
They do.
It doesn't with SodaStream. Super easy to use. Create your own bubbly beverages exactly the way you like them. And if you're like me and you're still trying to figure out what to buy for holiday gifts, SodaStream is the fizziest gift of the holiday season.
They wrote it.
It's the perfect.
Don't you look at me. How dare you?
It's perfect for the whole family. Damn, that's so you.
I know. That's why I like typing it, but I didn't create it.
Sure you don't work? You have a twin brother that works for them?
Yes, there's a big fat guy there.
It's perfect for the whole family and anyone who enjoys sparkling drinks. SodaStream costs less than $100 and is available nationwide at Bed Bath & Beyond, Walmart, Target, Costco, and all of your favorite retailers. Check out SodaStream.com to find stores near you. SodaStream, better bubbles made by you. And we are so glad to have them back during the holidays.
It is the best grape soda I've ever had.
Can't go wrong.
I'd love if you'd make another batch this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Some grape soda?
Yeah.
They also have like a Red Bull flavor, like a sugar-free Red Bull flavor.
Yeah, they're actually a very cutting-edge company that listens
stuff.
to their clients, and they know what's going on with that. All right, coming back from Las Vegas, we decided, and, shows that I'll do it next time. There was a thought as to whether I would come back on Sunday night into Monday and arrive early Monday morning and then come in and do the show. And, we decided, you know what, with the baby and all that, we're going to do, a 2-day trip, and we will come back on Saturday night into Sunday and take the red eye on AirTran to Baltimore.
Great town. Great airline.
Yes.
The thing is, though, if you'd come in Monday, that wouldn't have allowed any time to cook pork shoulder.
Yeah, I would have been totally better off.
Exactly.
Was there any anxiety between yourself and especially Carla leaving the baby for the first time?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
We
Baby didn't go?
The baby.
Because I know that
Oh my God, we left the baby!
Some of the finer hotels have great daycare.
We left the baby in Las Vegas. Oh my God! Now we had Mom here and Carla's mom, and so it was no problem at all. And Carla was pumping for like 6 years before we left, so there was a big supply of milk, and the baby apparently was fantastic while we were gone. And so we decided that we would come back.
Did he
24
seem to
hours
recall
early.
you when you came
It
back?
was so cool. First of all, traveling. Look, we look forward to this trip for a long time.
Sure.
But the long and short of it is that. Things that matter, and so Vegas is fun, and it's great. I think it's cool to go for business.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's my cup of tea to go for fun anymore because, we got this little guy, and the fun we have now is being
very different.
Waking up in the morning and looking at that guy for an hour and a half is my idea of fun. Maybe not so much. Hey, you evolve, you grow as a person, you change, and I think that little guy is just he's everything. And so the answer to your question, we started missing him like when we were at the airport.
Oh, wow.
We were at the airport, and we're looking at pictures of him. Then I'm on the airplane, and I get a video that I took, this most incredible video I have of my son that I took where he burps, and I played it for Carla on the plane as we're getting ready to taxi out, and then we're just like going, and I looked at her, I said, yeah, it kind of feels weird, doesn't it? Yeah, maybe. We weren't going to turn around at that point. Right.
Well, I mean,
We really
it would involve opening the door to the plane.
Yeah, it would have been troublesome. It
Did
would have been troublesome.
Be honest, at any point while you were looking at the video, did you well up with tears?
No, I did not.
Good,
no,
good.
And I will also tell you that once I arrived and got checked into my room and made it down to the main floor
The happiest
of where we were
nurses in the
staying,
world, yeah.
I wasn't thinking about
Oh, there
anyone
you go.
but myself.
And also, I would
Which
like
is
to-
really, incidentally, if you want to know what the degenerate gambler is more than anything else, the degenerate gambler is by and large total self-absorption. It is total and utter. It is love of self like
Yes,
anything else.
it
In
is.
fact, you can sit down. Like my reaction would be if someone. It didn't really happen on this trip because no one was winning. But if I see somebody next to me, it's just like. And then I just go on because
Yep.
you don't feel any joy. It's not like when you're rooting for a team and you have this collective joy.
You can get
It's
into
like,
a vortex of when am I going to win?
yeah, it's just and you get obsessed.
How many
and so-
times in the years we've worked together we've traveled like through the night to get to a place like Reno or
Right.
Las Vegas, and you are just so dreadfully tired when you check into that hotel and you hear from over your shoulder, Ching, 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 ching.
Yep.
And you actually roll into the casino like a piece of luggage with wheels.
Right,
It sucks
exactly.
you in.
It does.
It is really almost horrifying.
It does.
If it wasn't so great.
It's an adult playland.
It really is.
what it is.
It is.
But the answer to your question is, it's just, it makes coming back from a place like that so much better because you're thinking
Vegas
about
will
that.
regain its shimmer when he's 3.
I was tired.
Time to
because
go.
we're getting to the airport at like 9:30 Vegas time.
Okay.
For an 11:20 flight. It's weird. Not only are you dealing with the West Coast time difference, but you're also dealing now with everything's turned upside down.
Adrenaline, for
so,
one thing.
Yeah, you got adrenaline, but you're sitting there. So because of the fatigue factor and the fact that I was, traveling and we were busy and we're checking out and everything's turned upside down, I didn't do my usual phobic flying drill that where
Yes.
I know exactly what the weather's going to be
Yep.
on both ends. So I didn't realize.
After you had that pork shoulder, you knew what the weather was on both ends.
Yes, I remember that.
Cloudy
It was
with a chance of meatballs.
So we're going across, and I actually fell asleep on the plane, which I never do. I was able to fall asleep on the plane. No alcohol.
Really?
No, alcohol did not touch my lips.
I have never seen you fall asleep on a plane.
No, it was just we were going to be getting in at 9 o'clock in the morning and picking up the dogs, and I didn't want to do that.
Right.
So we fell asleep on a plane, and then I guess I would imagine it's halfway through the trip. The funny thing was, it's a 5-hour trip out there,
Yeah.
going against the jet stream with about an 80-mile-an-hour headwind. And then on the way back, I looked at it because I got an app. You'll love this.
Okay.
I got my little flight tracker app,
Nice.
which shows me the airspeed, the altitude, and it's about 440 miles an hour on the way out there. And on the way back, 600 miles an hour.
Oh, with the storms and the jet stream?
And
Of
it
course.
was the jet stream and
220 miles an hour is Mike going to the casino from the lobby.
no, that was me going to the bathroom yesterday.
Of course.
No, I wasn't moving that fast. And so I was looking at this, and we were both awakened with the turbulence that was around. And I had no idea until we landed that we had flown over that system that gave the horrible tornadoes to the middle part of the country.
Indiana, most of the base. Yeah.
It was horrible. And then I also didn't realize we are maybe, I'm going to say, an hour out of Baltimore landing. And I had, on the way, I think maybe the day before, I'd looked at a weather forecast and said it was going to be clear in Baltimore. Okay, la, la, la. I just look at the 10-day forecast. No problem.
I'm all good.
Everything's fine because
Forecast was for 2007. He didn't notice. He doesn't care.
La, la, la. No problem at all. I'll be okay. And I said, okay, let me just take an hour. I got my little weather app. And it's great because a lot of these airlines now have, I forgot what it's called, GoPro. It's not GoPro.
Wi-Fi?
It's 2Go or something like that. They have the 37,000-foot Wi-Fi now.
Yeah,
Okay.
So you can actually surf the net when you're up there. And I looked
For
and
only $8 a minute.
it's,
There you go.
You knew that, huh? No,
Yeah.
it's actually $8 for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Such a deal.
Yeah. What the hell? That's what you needed, right? That's what you need. Come on. So I look over and I see my 10-day weather app. And then I go, let me look at the immediate forecast for tomorrow. And I go, Baltimore, Maryland, heavy, dense fog. No!
Rolling
Suddenly,
off the Chesapeake.
Suddenly, all yes, sir. All of that phobic fear
Exactly.
of and just and-
AirTran Flight 2012, leaving Las Vegas, arriving to a Vincent Price movie.
So we're going like this. This is the turbulence we're playing, and I'm like, Carla, it appears there's heavy, dense fog in Baltimore, and this plane is bouncing like it's, oh my God.
How does she do in that?
She's fine. She's
Really?
She's not a wussy like me.
Does she put up with you okay, or does she grow weary of it?
All I know, you know me when I fly. You know what? I have one directive. Just leave me the F alone. Don't
true.
talk to me.
That's true.
So, you want to see me get angry? Talk to me during a descent through bad weather.
I've seen it.
It's just stop, and it's because you chat. You like to chat.
Well, I get
You're
nervous
a
and I
chatter.
chat, yeah.
You're nervous and you chat. Carla gets nervous and she chats. And I just let me have a window seat. I will press my face up against the window until I either die or land. That's it. That's what I want to do. That's how it works.
When we used to actually have a travel agent that assisted us at WJFK.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful lady out of New York, right?
Yes, what she would do, our request was to seat all of us on the show as far away from each other as possible.
Really?
Because none of us wanted to be with each other when we flew.
No, we didn't like it. We didn't like that at all. Because one time, I think it was, I was talking to Don like halfway across the country after I was drinking wine,
right?
And he requested never to be next to me on a plane again because when I have the cocktails, I would be like that. And then Rob sat next to me, and Rob had cocktails and talked to me halfway across the country, and we all just ended up going, well, we just
corners.
Let's just be alone on these flights.
And then, of course, they realized that Mike and I should be on opposite sides of the flight just for balance.
So this pilot, you know what, man? Those gray-haired old pilots, I love them, love them, love them. He's a little chunkier than the average pilot. He gets up there and he goes, so, y'all ready to go to Baltimore? And I suddenly looked at you. This is before the flight left.
Right. Yeah.
And before I'd looked at the weather for it. But I said, this guy's going to be
okay.
yes.
Sure.
He's going to be okay. And he was. It was a phenomenal landing in unbelievably foggy weather.
Wow.
You saw the broken clouds. You could see some of the lights on the ground, so I knew it was okay. But then when you got on the ground and we got off the plane, I mean, he landed in that. This was Sunday morning,
cool.
and if you looked around, it was kind of a foggy day all around the D.C. area.
So thumbs up on the
Muggy.
the airline.
Overall with the bounciness and all that, it was just air travel, and I think that just a little note. I know AirTran is a low budget airline. I understand this, but take some of that money you're making. You got to be making a little bit. Maybe buy a new plane once in a while. Just buy one that's maybe less than 30 years.
Do
old.
they still have the screens?
No.
Was some of the canvas coming off the wings?
It was nasty. And it smelled like ass.
Of course.
And not mine. We'll take a break. Come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Stamps.com. If you have to constantly go to the post office for your business, you know that it can be a giant hassle.
It's a hassle, man.
So do what we do at the Mike O'Mara Show. Use Stamps.com instead. Stamps.com is the quick and easy way to get postage on demand for your business. You buy and you print postage for any letter or package using your own computer and printer. And Stamps.com will even send you a digital scale to calculate postage for any class of mail. No expensive postage meters and no wasted time going to the post office. If you do it around here, you know what I'm talking about.
And it's not just a digital scale. It's a digital scale that plugs in and talks to your computer. So it actually will tell you exactly what you need to do.
This is their great offer for our listeners, a 30-day free trial and a $110 bonus offer that includes the digital scale that Rob was talking
Fantastic.
about. And up to $55 in free postage. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone, and use that code, TMOS. That code that's going to save you a lot of money this holiday season. Don't wait. Click on the mic, use TMOS, and get ready to save big with Stamps.com. All you have to do is take a trip to the post office during the holidays, and you know what a hassle it is.
Good luck even finding a parking spot.
It's incredible. So it's nice to be back. I'm still trying to get my bearings
You
a little
look good,
bit.
though.
I hope so. Carla said yesterday I didn't, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I looked like a Halloween mask.
You look better
I was messed up.
The very popular Mike O'Mara Halloween mask,
Yes.
they sold dozens of them at Party City.
Complete with the real ain't his eyes.
Now, my question for you said there was something very positive about your flight.
This is something that is very nice. When we got on the plane, we realized that our seats were in back of each other. We had I was sitting in front of Carla, she was sitting in back of me.
By your
And
request?
You always have. No, you like to be side by side.
Of course,
And,
with a loved one.
and so
How quaint.
the AirTran deal gives you an upgrade that you can buy. It's the cheapest upgrade in airlines, where you can for I think $98, something like that, you can upgrade to a bigger seat, and you can do that. So we decided we'd get that on the way back, and they said we have them, but they're in back of each other. And the lady on the phone said, "But when you get there, you can talk to somebody.
Try to swap it out."
And as much as she says that, I don't
You don't
like
wanna
doing
deal
that.
with that.
I don't. Well, I just don't even want to ask. But
no,
you
if
know
you're
what's-
giving someone a middle seat, or you're swapping somebody's middle seat out for like an aisle seat, why would you take that?
Well, these were 2x2, so this was actually somebody was going to have
winners.
to leave a window seat.
What's weird, though, is I don't mind when people ask me to swap a seat out. I really just, it doesn't even bother me, but I feel really weird about asking.
I felt weird about asking, and I don't know where I got the gumption to do it, but I just looked, and this lady looked like she didn't care. She actually had her earbuds on, and she, there are people like
Younger
me,
or older?
Probably in her 40s, something like that.
So very young.
And so I turned around and I said to the lady, I said, my wife and I, is there a chance, would you mind giving up the window seat so we could sit next to each other? And she said, I kind of like the window seat. I said, done. Don't worry about it. I just wanted to ask. And
Right.
she was really nice about.
Cool.
She was nice about
She
saying
likes
that.
sitting in the window,
And then
yeah.
the lady next to me looks at me and says, "I'll give up mine." I said, "It doesn't matter to me one way or the other." And I'm like, oh, that is just so cool. And when's the last time something, I mean, just people that are just decent and nice and stuff like that. And it was just very cool. Even the lady that said she wanted it, she said her comment was, I will, but I really like the window. I said, no, if you like the window, that's yours. You know, you have that.
That's, you know
and
what,
then the
that's
other lady,
sort of the bad way to handle it.
But here's the best thing. Here's the best thing that happened. The lady switches back with me. Carl and I sit next to each other, and these two become like buds.
Oh, they hit it off.
They start making out.
Yeah, Rob. They started
Get a blanket.
They started giving each other tongue.
We're gonna need a blanket.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, the red eye.
Baby. Ooh. No, anyway, so they hit it off.
I
and
have
it was
to go to the restroom.
And I got done with the flight. And I turned around, and I looked at them, and I said, you know, in 24 hours, I'm going to be projectile vomiting. No, I didn't say
If
that.
you'd like to come to my house,
Casa
de Trichinosis.
We're having trichinosis pork shoulder. If you would like to come to my home, I hope you. I'll have the show will be happening downstairs, and I'll be listening to them, and then I'll roll over to the side and think I'm going to fart, and it will be explosive diarrhea.
Do you know?
Thank you very much.
This is delicious pork barbecue.
I didn't tell you that happened to me yesterday
Oh, you
too.
brought it up though, huh?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
That's an accident.
Yeah,
that's what we call an
2
oopsie.
showers in 24 hours. Thank you very much.
New
Yes.
record.
Yes, new record for me. New record for me. So they hit it off, and I like that even better than them giving up the seat and all that. So all in all, I guess I just wanted to say to AirTran, a very pleasant experience, except for your old plane.
Now,
I don't like old planes.
What model was it? Because I know you know.
737-700.
Beautiful.
What,
no, I don't know, Paul.
What era, you think?
All I know is when you see the cigarette sign.
Oh,
you know, when you see the cigarette
Not okay.
But you know what?
Yeah, they usually sell those to like the South American Airlines around that time.
At least they're past now when they actually have the ashtray built into the armrest. They've taken that
they've
out.
sealed shut.
Yeah, exactly.
That they've welded shut.
Now, a lot of people would think it was really cool that Mike was on this plane. This is the actual plane where LBJ took the oath of office.
That's terrible.
Historical.
50th anniversary flight.
Way to reference it, Rob. Oh my God, it's crazy. Yeah, just old, really, really old.
Is there any part of you that says this is one that's going to last because it's lasted so long?
This plane flew, in my opinion, smoother than most planes I've flown on.
It's a great model plane.
It's a great plane.
But not a model plane.
It's a great model airplane. We flew on a plastic model with a rubber band. But it was.
Here's your parachute.
I cannot say anything bad about. Well, the flight out. The pilot looked a little. You know, it was. I think a female pilot.
Well, what are you trying to say?
No, I'm fine. I've flown a lot of flights with female pilots. This female pilot looked just a little hagged out.
Really?
Yeah. It looked. She kind of had. She had large hair.
Check back with her in 3 days, maybe.
She had large hair.
Oh,
and
do you think she came up through as a flight attendant?
No,
and was promoted to pilot?
No,
she was wearing an apron.
No. Hey, nice flight, little lady.
Hey, I want to thank you for not setting this down in the drink, little lady. Hey, what a great job you did.
Got a little turbulence in the middle of the country. Don't worry your pretty little head on that, little lady.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. You set this baby down, little lady. I'm going to get you nylons and chocolates. I just want to say thanks for doing the best you can to make my flight as great as it can possibly be, little lady.
Rob, you better stop. I am in pain still.
Here's our chief pilot. Her name is Bertie Draper.
I did sound sexist. I couldn't help myself.
You said woman pilot.
You said what we got flying
She was
out.
a lady pilot. You're a man.
Flying
You
out.
still. I'm old enough where I still notice the lady pilots.
Well,
you
it'd
know?
been okay if you had hurt yourself on the plane. I'm sure she had nursing experience. Did you bring her an apple?
Oh, God. No, I just remember, I embarrassed myself when I stood up and said, "You're letting her fly the plane?"
And I'm not going to take it anymore.
When did this happen?
It was one of those landings that, you know, when they land at speed and they kind of, you feel like the plane is like lurching to the side.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where it's kind of holding the
like
runway
turbulence,
for dear life, but it was fun.
Or a gust of wind comes in, especially in Vegas. When you're landing in Vegas.
Vegas is
Very
tough
tricky.
landing.
It's McCarran,
Vegas
right?
Is
that the name of it?
McCarran Airport.
Yeah, tricky.
Beautiful landing. I mean, beautiful place to land because
It
all of a
is.
sudden you come over the mountains. I mean, you basically fly in from the Grand Canyon, and then all of a sudden the lights of the city. There it is.
You're almost sometimes parallel to the casino.
There it is. There it is. Look, Carla. Look. It's the town that's going to change our lives forever. Oh, my God. Look at that. Yeah.
And we can deplane as soon as the pilot finishes serving those cookies.
They're almost ready.
I don't know. All I know is the best flight I ever had was a guy that got on a plane, big fat pilot,
Yes.
and he had a satchel, one of those satchels
Yeah.
with all their flight plans,
Yeah.
and on the side, and he had it in there so everybody, because I've told this story before, he had it so everybody could see it, and it was like a kid's book that
Yes.
said, "So you want to be a jet pilot?"
Oh, that's hilarious.
Funniest thing, and we noticed. I said, "Nice book," and he turned around. He obviously was glad that somebody noticed it.
That was his bit.
He said, "Don't tell anyone, but I've been drinking."
I've had this joke for a long time.
Just a few.
Enjoy your flight.
Hey, how would you? I'm in the cabin. How would you like to trade seats?
We're all out of vodka.
Where do
If
you
I drank
stay?
it-
You stayed at the Wynn Hotel Casino? Oh man, I was there last night. I got loaded. You enjoy your flight now. Take care of yourself.
Actually, it's really the window is 8 hours, and I'm well over that.
I want to, if I can, address something that is on Facebook. You've done it, Rob.
Okay.
I don't know if Oscar's done it, but everybody's doing it. And where did this whole number thing tell everybody about your
Like
life?
a couple weeks ago, it started. It's what do you call it? A meme or
Yes.
something?
Meme.
A meme, because I think that actually is the French word that means same. So it's the same people doing everything, and you're given a number by someone, and you have to write that many facts about yourself that people wouldn't know.
Your friend Brad, or Johnny, sorry about that.
That's right, Johnny Midnight.
Johnny Midnight is really, in my opinion, one of the funniest people on Facebook. He doesn't continuously do shtick, and he doesn't do a lot of posting, a tremendous amount of posting. When he does, though, sometimes he hates he's on it and hates it. He's
hates
on
the right
social
things.
networking, and he hates it,
And to be
which
honest,
makes me laugh out loud.
He is the mayor of Facebook. He was unanimously elected the mayor of Facebook.
Oh, really? 'Cause
So
he
he
is
runs
on-
the
he
whole
is
thing.
on a lot, or
yeah,
what?
well, no, just because he knows it and he runs it.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing, and he was
is-
What did
assigned.
he
funny,
do
man.
that was funny this time?
He said, "My number is 1," and then he wrote 1FU. or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
and the funny thing is that is actually a fact about him that I knew. Did he go after
Solid.
himself? Yeah.
That was really funny the way he did that.
I've seen those numbers. I didn't understand what they were, though. I said, what are people doing?
Can you give up some of the gags that? Incidentally, who's been in my little?
What have you got
Your
there?
iPad?
Yeah, it's weird. Can you give up some of the things that you've done on with this guy on Facebook with Johnny?
Oh, we totally shut down a Vienna website
Oh, I remember that.
where
yeah.
we actually went and
See if you can explain this, because this to me is funny. This is where Rob first hit me to what this guy Johnny does on social.
and this
networking.
was
Fantastic.
really a long, slow burn that got great. There was a website called I Grew Up in Vienna or something. It was a group for kids that grew up in Vienna, Virginia, where Johnny and I went to school, Madison High School. He was class of 87, I was class of 89. And we recognized a lot of people on this website. So we went in and started making up events that happened in Vienna in the mid-1980s that didn't happen. And that didn't work out that well. So then I just Googled a picture. I said, old house. And I found a picture of a house, a black and white photo from like the 1920s. And I said, look at Maple Avenue in 1919.
And they're all wrong, right?
And immediately someone writes, that's the old stone house in Georgetown. That's not in Vienna. And I
Oh,
said,
they
no,
got
I'm pretty
upset.
sure. Oh, and then we argued it back and forth, back and forth. But the longest,
people go nuts about
and they
this.
go crazy because they love their hometown. The
Super passionate.
longest string we did was, can anyone help me remember? Because a lot of this, they'll say like, what's the name of that restaurant that was here? I can't remember.
Yes.
So I said, Maple Avenue is the main street in Vienna.
Mm-hmm.
And I questioned, I said, can anyone help me remember what the name of that road was that ran through the center of town that was covered with maple trees?
Isn't this great? This is how they have fun with social.
And then
networking.
everyone
That energy
says,
and use it for good.
pretty sure it's Maple Avenue. And then Brad will be right there and say, no, that's not it. And we actually, it took about 2 weeks of on and off trying, but we eventually were banned from the website.
But you guys like effing with people.
Oh
basically.
God, it's so much fun. Yeah, and it
go
helps
wrong
if you
there.
have a few drinks, you can really have a blast with it.
And he has your, I believe he has your sense of humor, but a little less of your joviality.
He can be edgy.
He can be very-
Definitely be edgy. Well, he has a real job, and I think that takes a toll.
I finally, it took me an hour with this Facebook app that I
Yes.
have on my iPad because my other Facebook app doesn't work for my computer.
That's right.
Because Facebook, and incidentally, every day now I'm getting someone else that's telling me they have the same issue as Facebook is slowly imploding on its users. He says, I've been given the number 1. I promise to take this as seriously as Febu demands.
It's Facebook.
Number 1, go F yourself. That's good. I will say, though, seriously, about that particular whatever
Yeah,
it is,
meme.
meme. I really, even with total strangers, If I'm just surfing a little bit and I'm a little bored, I don't mind
you'll read
reading.
them?
I'll read like Total Strangers, see what they're all about. Some of them are more interesting. Some of them are just a big box of boring.
What some people I think are doing wrong is if they're given the number 4, they do 4 facts about themselves that involve the number 4,
Yes.
like what they did in 4th grade or when they're 4 years old. Don't do that. Tell us stuff that we want to hear. That's what we want.
When I see people even participating in this meme kind of culture,
right,
I disrespect them for some reason.
Really?
Because I sit there and I say,
well, take a look to your left because that pal over there, he did it.
I say, okay, you maybe I'm jealous is what I am because I'm like, you really have the time to deal with this right now. There aren't more pressing issues than writing 62 facts about yourself.
That's right. The number you've been given is 62.
Yes.
Oscar, what if I gave you the number 7? Would you do it today?
No.
No?
I refuse.
How
to
about
be
the
part
number
of that
6?
Culture. No. I won't do any of that.
I'll do it on the show.
I don't like.
I'll do it on the show, but I won't do it on the...
I'll give you the number 5.
All right.
5 facts about you we don't know. Now, you know what? When I did it, it was tough because most of the stuff about me, people know already because we've talked about it on the show.
When you wrote yours, did you try to do it for stuff that you hadn't said on the radio?
Exactly.
What was your number?
Everything.
I didn't even mention my DUI, Oscar.
What was your number?
My number was 9.
9. Okay,
9.
9's not so bad.
When did you do yours, Rob? What time? What time of day?
It was Friday, I think. Last Friday. I tell you what.
Then on Rob's post page, if it's Friday, that might as well be 17 years ago.
I tell you
there
what,
won't
do
be
yours as 5,
It's on Mars.
and I'll bring mine up. But do yours first because I'll give you the number 5.
This is hard to do on the fly because you almost have to think about it.
You do.
Number 1, let me see.
And remember, it has to be stuff that you have to endeavor.
Well,
to
then
do
you're
stuff we've
probably
not
going to
done on
edit
the show.
everything because I've talked about everything on my life. Let me see. Number 1, I have a tail.
No, that's not right.
No, that's not true. Wish it was. Always wish I had a tail.
A tail? What was the movie where Jack Black had a tail? Or George Costanza had a tail?
I forgot.
What was it?
I don't remember.
It was about he had to date a girl.
Well, don't make me think because now I'm thinking of things that I'm supposed to say. 5?
5 things.
All right.
I hold in my hand 5 items.
Here we go.
Stuff about Mike O'Mara we do not know.
What kind of order are you supposed to do it?
Any order. It's random.
It can be in any order?
Yes.
You have 5 things that we don't know. It could be recent.
Yes, or unrecent. Maybe
yesterday
from your
when I was listening to the show downstairs, I leaned over on my side and I tried to fart.
We already know
you mentioned that.
Oh, okay.
Earlier.
Sorry, I already did.
And you know what?
That's the most recently.
It creeps me that you're a little proud of that.
No, I'm not. It's just always good material. You know, diarrhea is
sliding
always
into
good material.
first and you feel something burst.
Diarrhea.
Sliding into home and you feel some foam.
Diarrhea. All right.
Great song.
I played as a small child. I played with a toy gun in my backyard for a very, very long time. And only when I asked my father what the squiggly writing was on the top of it did I realize that my dad had given me a Japanese rifle that he had taken off a dead Japanese soldier in World War II.
Yeah, we knew that, though.
Okay, see, that's going to be my whole thing. Okay.
No,
you're right. You know that.
Well, maybe. Well, it might be. It's harder for you because of the simple genre of radio we do.
Yeah. I know because I talk about everything.
Yeah.
So you knew that one?
Yeah,
you've
told us.
All right, here. I found my list. I finally was able to scroll down to mine really quickly.
Right.
My 9 things. If society and weather permitted, I would go barefoot all the time.
I didn't know that.
And that I can grow a decent beard in about 5 days. Therefore, I'd make a great homeless person.
I didn't know that.
The first time I kissed my wife was in a radio station elevator.
Knew that.
But you know what? I'd never revealed it on the radio. I told you when we were in the elevator.
Oh, okay.
And I also said that I was unsober.
All right.
I'd watch a movie. I'd rather watch a movie for the 100th time that I love than watch something unknown to me for the first time.
I believe that. I probably knew that even though I didn't know that.
The first 45 that I bought was Disco Duck, and the first CD that I bought was Back to the Future. I still have them both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I only applied to one college, which is sad and
Why?
lazy because that was it. I just applied to one. It was VCU. God, what a jerk.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. I really should have spread it out.
You wanted to be a Ram.
I tell you what, when your safety school is your school, it's safety.
I'll always be surprised at that because you could have probably gotten into. You had good grades, right?
Yeah, well, I got a scholarship.
You got a
ultimately.
scholarship, okay.
But yeah, I probably should have maybe set the bar a little.
Should have
higher.
applied yourself a little bit more.
And you know what?
It's all right. We love you.
And here we are.
Yep. Here we are.
And
you know,
here we
hey, society's loss is my gain.
And I have met and spoken with some of the biggest stars in the world, but I still get nervous and tongue-tied when I try to talk to Santa Claus at the mall, which is a weird thing I can't explain. Even though I do it.
Well, that's because that one time you went up with your mother and he had that lettuce in his mouth and he said, I'm on my effing break.
He said, but I don't have a candy cane in my pocket. Even though I do it occasionally and I own a few, I do not like wearing a wristwatch.
Okay.
I cannot cross my eyes, and I can only wink with my right eye.
That is the one that I liked. That's it. You cannot cross your eyes.
And I can only wink with my right eye. And I
Really?
don't like when people cross their
Can
eyes.
you wink for me?
Just that.
Can you wink? How about covering your right eye with your hand? All right, now close your left eye and wink.
I can't. It doesn't work.
It's painful. When
It doesn't.
right?
It looks like
When he's
Oscar.
in pain.
I can't. I lack word.
No wonder you didn't make the team.
And I've never broken a bone. And my last fact
He's
is
never broken. Let's stop on that
Well,
one.
he's invincible.
He's never broken a bone.
I've never put myself in a situation.
That's the key. He knows himself. This man knows who he is.
I'm going to drive 30, so in case someone
But you
gets
know
in an
what?
accident.
To this day, I could start in the NFL because my body's in perfect shape. No broken bones.
Pristine.
And also, my final fact, I did count. I own over 300 Elvis CDs, many of which are unopened. It is true that I get a Christmas card from Graceland every year, and that I get press releases to my personal email when a release comes out because they know I'm going to buy it.
There you go.
And that's 9 facts about me.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, but I guess the time spent to write all of that.
Yeah.
it
Not that
bothers
long.
me.
You wouldn't do it.
No.
You wouldn't take
I
the
did
time
it
to
after
do that.
close of business on Friday. Is that all right now?
And based on my feeble attempt to do it here,
Yeah.
I can guarantee you I won't take the time to do it. Because I've shared everything over a 30-year radio career. I've shared it all
at least
here.
you're honest.
Hold on, wait a
That's the way
second.
it
He's
is.
Irish? What?
Hey, what? He drinks a lot? My God. We'll take a break. We will come back with news you may not need on the Mike O'Mara Show right here. Well, I talk about sharing my life with everything, everybody, and I'm really excited about having Vistaprint. I was saying just the other day, Vistaprint's talked about their iPhone cases, they talked about their business cards, and I'm like, why aren't they talking about what I just did? This is before we even knew that they were going to come on and advertise them. We have Vistaprint coming on right now with their holiday card promotion.
Fantastic.
It's wonderful. Don't just slap a stamp on something boring. Mix it up. Get creative. It's easy to do thanks to Vistaprint.com. Now, for everybody that's going to be receiving a Christmas card from me, I'm sorry. I hate to be sharing it here, but I'm my best commercial because there's my Christmas card.
Oh, that's a
Let's
beautiful
see it.
picture.
There's a little picture.
Oh,
with
that's
the,
fantastic.
Merry
Nice.
Christmas from the O'Maras, and there's the inside of it.
Hope you like it, Oscar,
look
because
at that.
because he's showing it to us. Now he's not going to mail us one.
Well,
But
I'll
allowed
hand
to-
you one.
We're allowed to look at it anytime we want.
Wishing you happiness this holiday season and throughout the coming year, Mike, Carla, Catherine, Elizabeth, and Michael.
Oh,
And
that's
there it is.
sweet.
And here's what I did for Mrs. O, so she doesn't have to put those pesky little return addresses on there.
from now on, you must.
I got the pre-printed envelopes.
boom.
Oh,
There
you love
go.
it. That is one of
Look
the greatest.
at you.
You
Don't
must from now on call her Mrs. O.
Vistaprint allows you to create your own custom holiday cards. They are 100% unique and 100% you. Now, look, I went into the regular stockpile of Vistaprint pictures that they had. There are hundreds of them. There's so many different choices. You can upload your own photos and really go to town and make custom Christmas cards as well. They're fully customizable, and here's the best part. They're on sale now. Go to Vistaprint.com, click on the text link in the upper right-hand corner, type in the promo code TMOS, and you get 50% off all your cards and free shipping.
You should have waited.
I know. Jeez. I've never read a commercial here that I just regret that I waited. Don't wait till last
Pac-Man
minute.
noise.
Wow.
Bargain.
This is such a deal. It was
It
a
is.
great deal before this. It's still a great deal.
Yeah, you could have gotten twice as many cards.
Go to Vistaprint.com today and get your cards ready ahead of schedule and then get ready to enjoy the holidays. Remember, 50% off holiday cards, and they'll even ship them to you for free. Just click on the text link in the upper right-hand corner, type in promo code TMOS. I want to set a record for Vistaprint. I want our listeners to show Vistaprint what we can do by getting your holiday cards at Vistaprint. And
Do it
please,
this week.
we'd love you to send us a card.
Yeah,
too.
please do.
Send us a card. Send
P.O.
us your
Box 3.
Vistaprint.
P.O. Box 3, Manassas, 20108. Spiewak family uses Vistaprint every year, and they never let us down.
You send us your card. We'll put a wall up in here of Christmas cards if
Cool.
you do that. We'd love to do that. And skip the hassle, avoid the generic, and go to Vistaprint.com before the sale ends. Remember, 50% off. We said that before. Custom holiday cards. It won't last long. Go to Vistaprint.com. Satisfaction is always guaranteed. You will love Vistaprint, and we do too.
From around the globe, across the nation, and looking through your neighbor's window, the Mike O'Mara Show now presents News You May Not Need, a comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, News You May Not Need.
George Zimmerman's arrest following a domestic dispute with his girlfriend marks the latest in a series of brushes with the law he has had since his acquittal in a murder case that sparked nationwide debates about race and self-defense laws.
I don't know. He seems nice.
You know, I was one of these people that said he was a victim of the hype machine and being unfairly persecuted, and now the guy, I believe the guy
listen to those
is
tapes?
a complete wingnut.
Right.
I mean, really a bad guy, and he's going to kill somebody.
Do you know what Robert
Again.
said to me when I walked downstairs? The first thing Robert says to me this morning, he says, "Dad, can you believe Zimmerman's in jail again?"
I know.
And it's just like, I love that he watches
Current
the news.
events, baby.
Yeah, he
Guy's
is.
totally unstable.
He
Zimmerman, the former Neighborhood Watch volunteer, he was acquitted of any charges in the 2012 fatal shooting of Trayvon Martin. He was charged Monday with aggravated assault, battery, and criminal mischief after his 27-year-old girlfriend called 911.
And she's kind of box.
She is, I mean, surprisingly so.
Considering what he traded up from.
Right.
Because it's looked like Arnold's housekeeper,
Her
and
name
then he's
is
got a blonde.
Samantha Scheib says Zimmerman had smashed a glass table, threatened her with a shotgun, and ultimately pushed her out of the house that she rented.
And you know what she said? That she would paint any car for $99.
Thank you. On the Civil War battlefield where President Abraham Lincoln gave a speech that symbolized his presidency and the sacrifices made by Union and Confederate forces, historians and everyday Americans are gathering to ponder the Gettysburg Address and what it meant to the nation. Civil War historian James McPherson and U.S. Interior Secretary Sally Jewell are scheduled to speak Tuesday to mark the 150th anniversary of the speech. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Corbett also will deliver remarks. The only reason I put that in the news is because I love Gettysburg, and I think it's an amazingly significant historical place.
Do you think it's wild that the Gettysburg Address and the Kennedy assassination were 100 years apart?
Kind of strange.
Weird.
Kind of strange.
Very weird.
And also what I've read about it, back in the day, it was a footnote. It didn't even get covered. It was dismissed after the speech was given. They didn't, in the newspaper there. There's actually a retraction today from that story being so dismissively covered
Did you see
in the local newspaper.
Saturday
back
Night
in the
Live
day.
this weekend with
No, I
Gaga? If you have it in your TiVo, watch it. It's probably the best episode of the year, and they do a very funny bit during the news where they bring on the guy who wrote the original review, quote unquote, of the Gettysburg Address, and he's a tremendous dandy. It's a panic. It's very, very funny.
Mayor Michael Bloomberg planned to sign landmark legislation Tuesday banning the sale of tobacco products to anyone under the age of 21, making New York the first large city or state in the country to prohibit sales to young adults. City health officials hope that raising the legal purchase age from 18 to 21 will lead to a big decline in smoking rates in a critical age group. A majority of smokers get addicted to cigarettes before age 21 and then have trouble quitting even if they want to do so. So, the rap on Michael Bloomberg is that he does a lot of this, but I think it's hard to argue with this one.
Yeah, I save lives.
If you can save lives, do it. Nothing like Hollywood trying to ruin another classic, Rob.
Oh, I know, Mike.
How about a sequel to the holiday favorite, It's a Wonderful Life?
This
It's a legitimate
here we
story.
go.
broke my heart yesterday.
Here's the title, the working title. It's a Wonderful Life, the rest of the story.
At least it's in color.
Written by Bob Farnsworth.
He's an idiot.
Sounds like a douche, doesn't he?
Hey, I'm Bob Farnsworth. How about we pick up right where the old one left off?
Bob Farnsworth and Martha Bolton wrote it.
Yeah.
Star Partners and Hummingbird Productions
Yes.
are collaborating on the project, and though no director is currently attached, Monday's announcement declared that the film, with a proposed budget of between $25 and $32 million, was looking to shoot in Louisiana
Oh, that'll be a good place for it.
to be ready for the 2015 holiday season. Frank Capra's 1946 film was nominated for 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. The sequel centers around the unlikable grandson of Stewart's character, George Bailey. Oh, God.
Right here.
He's also named George Bailey.
Right here is where it hurts. Right about here. Now, you know that Zuzu is going to be in it. The girl who played Zuzu is actually in it, and they said in Variety that other surviving members of the cast will also be featured. I said, what, trees? What are still living from a movie in 1946?
It's the story of George Bailey. His name will also be George Bailey, who will learn how much better off the world would be had he never been born. His life forever changed. Well, that's the same story.
It's the same story.
It's the exact same story?
So it's just really a reboot, right?
Yeah, but it is. But what happens is, since it's set in Louisiana, in the end, he fights a crocodile.
Featuring the guys from Duck Dynasty. Get him, Elizabeth! Shoot him! Shoot him! There's some pretty great irony here. A new study found the key to a great marriage is
What?
doing things without each other.
I've said it for years.
78% of happy, successful couples say it's important for both people to pursue their own individual interests and hobbies. That's twice as many votes as the number 2 key to a successful marriage. 36% say it's a key to learn how to argue in a healthy way. Meh.
Well, you know what? That's a bad. To learn how to discuss things. I don't know that you want to argue all the time.
But I mean, I think you're probably right.
Communication.
Arguing in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut up. Anyway, the study also asked divorcing couples what caused them to split. 70% of men say their wife nagged them or complained too much. Nope, not in my case. 83% of women say their husband didn't pay enough attention to their feelings and opinions.
No.
Anyway.
My answer in there? Carrie gets sick of me being so great.
One more stat from the study. 95% of people agreed that after a divorce, the right time to start dating again is about 6 months.
That's fair.
Yeah. Dating.
That's fair.
Formally dating.
2 months.
2 months. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. On Saturday around noon, a fully nude 31-year-old woman in Chicago jumped a turnstile and boarded an E-train. And yes, she's got a nice naked body. She announced that she was, quote, the goddess of the train, then ordered all the passengers to exit immediately. And when people didn't obey her godly order, she started slapping them.
I didn't realize they were hiring for goddess.
A little hostile.
They didn't even look at my resume.
The police finally showed up and escorted her off the train, and there was about a half-hour delay in service while things got sorted out, and all the men on the train went, yeah, boy! The woman was taken to a hospital for a psych evaluation. Oh, let's not be too harsh on her.
I'm sure she's fine.
And now a little something. This happened earlier this month, but just hit the news. Back on the 5th, a 65-year-old woman in Jensen Beach, Florida, called cops after she saw a 54-year-old William Gibson standing in front of a grocery store with his pants down.
Oh.
Florida.
Who'd want to live there?
She told the cops he was reaching into his underwear, fondling himself, then smelling his hand.
Oh! Gross. But who hasn't?
Then suddenly, he dropped the underwear, too, and started, quote, fluffing his genitalia like a pillow. When the cops got there...
Well, that's not an effective method.
When the cops got there, William told them that he had it all wrong. He was just, quote, airing it out.
Oh, God.
He was arrested and charged with lewd or lascivious exhibition in the presence of elderly. That's the statute.
Really, in the presence of elderly?
Yeah. Come on, is it lewd or lascivious? And does it just have to be in front of the elderly, or can the whole family be there? Just curious, Sometimes the way these stories are written.
Details.
We're going to look at we'll download the book.
Very odd. We'll take a break. Come back with Rob right after this, everybody. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of the program is brought to you by our Amazon page. Yeah! The Mike O'Mara Show's Amazon page. Amazon is the one place to go for everything you need. And now is the time to get your Amazon stuff.
Do it now.
And help the show. Whoa. Amazon is the one place to go for everything. You know that. Halloween is past. Like it or not, the holidays are officially upon us. And even though Black Friday isn't until the day after Thanksgiving, Amazon has kicked off their Black Friday deals a little bit early. Amazon is counting down the days until Black Friday with even more details and more deals each and every day. Check out Amazon every day so you don't miss out. Remember, fighting those holiday shopping crowds are for suckers. Shop with peace and comfort and rest easy. Tonight's speech. Did you write this?
This I wrote. It's for suckers.
This would be the one opportunity I would have for less words. That's all I would request, okay? The only thing that you'll have to provide is holiday cheer. Amazon, just go to Amazon.
You're not doing it.
MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Click the Amazon link at MikeO'MaraShow.com and don't be afraid to bookmark it. I'm going to give you this.
You know what? I love
look at this. After being 24 hours sick, look at this.
I love what.
Look at the words. How many words are in here?
Love to hear you read.
Less is more.
I had 2 days with him. I'm so glad to have you back to read.
Less is more. Go to Amazon. We need it desperately.
Please.
And Oscar says we're a little above last year, but we could always do better.
Please.
It's holiday shopping.
Try harder.
Yeah, this is when we need you at Amazon, so thank you. Without further ado, let's get to the Audio Vault. Rob's Magic Audio Vault for today, and this is November 19th, 2013.
A brief but wonderful update. We talked about this on Friday's show. Julia made callbacks for her musical, so we should have an answer soon as to whether or not... She's got a good role in Grease.
Right, Julia.
Beautiful voice.
And I will play this because Mike did not hear it. One of her friends actually captured on his smartphone a little bit of her singing audition, and I had never heard her sing like this, so I'm very proud to share it with you one more time. She chose a Streisand song. How about that?
Wow.
Yeah. I get a little...
Can I hear that again, please?
You bet, yeah.
Wow.
I had never heard her belt.
How old is she?
She'll...
Like candy and the sun above. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade.
Little rain.
Pretty amazing.
How about little... Yeah.
And this will make you feel older than you already feel.
Yes.
Because I know you visited us in the hospital. She turns 13 this month.
Oh, my God.
Look
That
at
is
that.
awesome. Way to
So
go,
fingers
Julia.
crossed, and I got so many nice messages from people about her voice.
That is wonderful. That's
Could not
terrific.
be any prouder of her.
I can't, and I'm sure she's going to get the gig with that audition.
I hope she gets a role that she has fun with. I'm not sure that she should be the lead, but I think there's a lot of funny supporting roles. I'd like to see her in that show.
I'd like. Well, let me know if there's any.
Let me know if there's any problem.
Make a phone call.
Who's picking the children? Is it the teachers?
Yeah, it's the teachers.
Okay, you make sure if she does not get a role, I will have a word with one of the teachers. Excuse me, hi. You have a Julia Spiewak in your class?
We'll
And I
send Tom-
understand she did not make the lead, and she didn't even get a decent supporting role. Could you speak to me outside, please?
Hello, is this the chorus teacher? Yes, there's a Tom Hagen to see you.
Hi, how are you? That's right. I understand there's been a little confusion in the selection process.
Let us pause for a moment before we get to Mayor Rob Ford, who is my new favorite guy.
Right.
Because you know what? He looks healthy. He makes good decisions.
God.
I mean, really, the man, he can't make a misstep.
He doesn't have to be mayor of Toronto anymore. He's got the reality show sewn up because he's got his brother right next to him. And
yeah,
I love
cartoon character.
When they're together, like when they were interviewed by Matt Lauer, they are the cartoon brothers. It's hysterical.
I love. Did you see him run into the lady on the floor of the council?
Yeah, and he ran like a fat guy.
Boo! Really, you know what? It's like having Chris Farley back. He said, Mike, Rob Ford has said he's made mistakes.
I'm embarrassed. Not just myself, my family, my friends, my supporters, the whole city. I take full responsibility for that.
All right.
We've all made mistakes, Matt.
Yes.
I'm not perfect. Maybe you are. Maybe other people are. I've made mistakes. I admitted to my mistakes.
He admitted to his mistakes. The only thing is it takes him so long to admit to them.
Do you know?
Because he quantifies them.
That line is one of my least favorite in the English language. I'm not perfect.
No.
I am so sick of hearing that. I'm not perfect. There is a guy, I'm trying to think, he's on CNBC, and he made a comment about Sarah Palin, and it was very derogatory about
I remember
defecating on her or something like that. It was really, really hard.
God.
It was.
He sure it wasn't on the Spice Network?
He didn't say that.
The real
He
L
didn't-
word?
He
He
didn't
implied
say that,
it.
but he implied it based on a law that they used to have. He gave this amazingly eloquent apology and acceptance of responsibility with nothing in it other than total admission of the fact that he was wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was really a beautiful thing to watch. And I hope that they don't discipline him at MSNBC. I'll try to find out what the guy's name is. But it was really terrific. And that's the way you should do it. Then you get this clod.
Well, Mayor Rob Ford is no clod.
Oh, yes,
He's
he
a
is.
wonderful man. And what happened is he said even though he's battling weight and substance issues, he's not doing any treatment. But give him a couple months, he'll be okay. He also went on to say that even though he occasionally binges, he's been very lucky that no urgent mayoring duties have come to his attention while he's on a binge. And he called
Martin
it.
Bashir is the guy. Martin Bashir.
Oh,
is,
he was worked with the Michael Jackson documentary.
Yeah, he's the guy that
Good
did
documentarian.
that. MSNBC commentator Martin Bashir. He gave an apology, and I thought it was decent.
But if you want to be a good mayor, Mike, count on the luck of not being called upon while you're on a binge. But I think this was my favorite part of the interview this morning.
They asked you were you a crack addict, according to you, and you said no.
I'm not. And they said, do you use crack cocaine? No, I don't use crack cocaine. No. Have I tried crack cocaine? Yes, I've tried crack.
That's a game of semantics. And the best excuse I heard you give for using that crack cocaine was I was in a drunken stupor. And I'm wondering, is that supposed to make anybody feel better?
No, not at all. But show me the video, even according.
What does the video matter?
Because I want to see it. Because according, I can't even barely remember it. I was very, very inebriated.
He was, to be fair.
I can't remember.
I can't remember. I was
Get the
very,
Canadian
very-
speak too.
Of
I was
course.
very inebriated.
Yeah,
and this is a great organization.
I passed out in my hoose. He is not a genius, but you know who is a genius? Kanye West. And I present this tape to prove the fact that Kanye
Really?
is a genius.
People somehow get mad at me saying like I'm a creative genius, but it's just obviously it's like factual and like it's like offensive for you to be like, oh, you're a creative. But I'm not a musician or I don't even really know how to play the piano or
Right.
a rapper
Shocker.
in that way. And I would write creative genius, like when I go through the airport and you have to like put that in customs with what your title is. Except for 2 reasons. It's like it takes too long to write, and sometimes I spell the word genius wrong.
He's still an a-hole.
But you know, I think if he could learn to spell it, he could be it.
Oh my God!
What'd be harder for him, to learn to play piano or learn how to spell genius? Both on his bucket list, Mike. And we close with some amazing. And you know what? After the day you had yesterday,
yes,
you really should be on top of all the hot underwear technology.
Sure,
there's new underwear technology to be aware of.
A British company has created a line of underwear designed to make women's buttocks appear larger. Here's a tip. Don't ask your girlfriend if she's wearing them.
That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.
Good stuff. Great to be back, everybody.
Welcome back, Mike. Great to have you back.
Ran out of gas in the last 10 minutes of the show.
You get some rest.
I'm okay.
Hydrate.
For all technical support questions regarding the Mike O'Mara Show, please contact our man, Matt Bloom, Ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and all correspondence for the show can be sent to TMOS, Box 3, Manassas, Virginia, 20108. Send us your Vistaprint cards. We'd love to see them.
Christmas cards. We want to see your
Christmas cards
Vistaprint
would be
Christmas
very, very
cards.
cool.
I'd love to see them.
Just like my little one that I got for you right there.
That's right.
Thank you. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new show, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Pork shoulder.
Oh, boo. Before we all get back to our busy lives, a quick reminder about Stamps.com. Stamps.com lets you handle the postage for any letter or package with your own computer and printer. For a 30-day free trial and $110 bonus offer, including a digital postal scale and up to $55 in free postage, just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in TMOS. You're welcome.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.